5.29 at Santapod. Was that a surprise?
Well, we were working on it, but to make it the first time in Santapod, it was a surprise.
Yeah. Did the car feel that much faster? Because that was a lot faster than you'd been before.
Oh yeah, you feel it, yeah.
And what have you been doing in the last 10 years you've been away? Because I don't think we haven't seen you in Europe, in England and Sweden for like 10 years. Just been collecting the money to race again?
No. About racing, you know, that's my job back home. I do local cars and all that. But Mr. Karabot, you know, was a bit... And then he decided to come back. Now we're back.
And come back you have. What's the difference between this car and the car you had 10 years ago? I know it's much faster, but anything different with driving it or the way it works?
It's a much faster car now. You feel the difference.
Sure. And has the car run, because you run 529 in England, you ran 529 here as well. Has that car run that quick before in America?
No, in the 5.3s.
So you were the first to drive it at 5.2?
Yes.
That's very impressive.
That was the fastest. I think 5.38 was the fastest the car ran.
And you took it nearly a tenth quicker. Yes. So are you hoping maybe to try for the championship this year, or going to do all of the races?
Yes, we are hoping to do all the rounds, yes.
All the rounds, yeah. Yes. And are you still as competitive as you were 10 years ago? That's probably a stupid question.
Well, I'm 10 years older now, but I'll do my best.
You do your best. Well, your best so far was very good. And again, congratulations on, I think you're number 2 in points at the moment, but number 1 qualifier here.
Yes, we do our best. I would like to thank my crew, all the guys that work hard, Charlie, Joe Karabot, you know, he's our main thing. And I'd like to say hello to my wife and kids back home. I know they are supporting us. Hello. And everybody, you know.
Yeah, well, thanks ever so much for your time, Anthony. We're going to have a word with Charlie now, but it's good to see you again. And good luck racing. Hopefully we get some racing today. Charlie, my friend, well, we're English. We're quite used to doing this, hanging around in the wet. Fantastic run yesterday. Where did that come from?
Well...
It was still there from before.
No, unfortunately, it wasn't there from before. We had to work on it since the last meeting. The 2 runs we did at the main event damaged the engine both times, so we had to work the power from a different angle and try and work it so obviously it's not blowing up at the top. It seemed to be working pretty good.
Without telling me too much, how does that actually happen? What is it that goes wrong in the engine to make it go bang?
Basically, we were pushing it hard, and we pushed it too hard. We became the quickest car in Europe, but at a cost. And it burnt up our spare cylinder heads and a block. So when we started this event, obviously we still wanted to run the numbers, but we just had to work the power a different way. And fortunately, it's worked pretty good.
When that 529 came up on the board again yesterday, is that what you were expecting?
Of course. Yeah.
Stupid question, yeah. No, I thought maybe first run with, you know, since you had the problem, you might take it a little bit easier.
I worked it safer in the area where it blew up, and obviously had my fingers crossed to a certain extent. And where we managed to make up the extra power, it just seemed to work really good with this track. So,
yeah, I mean, that's also the first time you've been here as well, so you must be quite impressed.
I love the place. It felt like if you were a gladiator and coming to see the Colosseum for the first time. It blew me away.
It is pretty impressive, isn't it? Unfortunately, a bit wet, but still impressive as well. And Top Method, but just a bit about Top Methanol Dragster. I mean, it was tough when you were in it before, but now it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's stateside. Any of these cars could go out there and probably run decently with them, even if, you know, qualify and even go a few rounds.
Yeah, well, there's only a very small handful of cars blown cars in the world that have been in the 5.2s, and you're one of them.
Yes, yeah. Fortunately, we were very lucky to tie up with one of the top guys in America that supplied us with the engine and all the baseline set up. So it gave us a good start. And with Joey back in what goes on, he managed to buy the best, and it gives you that edge if you've got the right equipment.
Yeah, well, it must feel really good to do it and be so competitive. And it's really fun watching the blown cars and the A fuel cars. Never fancied going with an A fuel car?
No.
That was a very short answer. Okay, no, just not your thing.
No, and I don't know anything about them. You know, it's hard enough learning with the new car we've got, let alone start fresh. I'm not up for that.
Oh, no problem. Anyway, well, thanks for your time, boys. And we're going to see. I think you and your brother are out. Are you out next week at the Summer Nationals at Santa Pod?
Yeah, we'll be racing at Santa Pod next weekend. Hopefully the weather won't follow us there as well.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, we've done the last 3 meetings. It's rained every one we've done, so it's not good. Of course, yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
It always rains when I go to Malta, and they always say I'll bring it out there. So.
Anyway, thank you both very much indeed for your time. Charlie Draper, Monty Bugeja, folks, from Malta and the UK, respectively, and currently #1 qualifier in top methanol dragster with a fantastic effort. Anyone else you want to say thanks to?
No, it's just like Monty said, the crew, Norm Grimes out in America, and especially Joe Carabot, and obviously it's Father's Day tomorrow to my kids at home. Yeah, see you on Monday.
Yeah, send your dad some weather.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. Thank you both very much indeed, Charlie Draper and Manti. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, and we still have a few more hanging around, literally. Martin, how you doing, my friend? You all right? Yeah. Well, one of the few